nitrogen tank of the TEM, you should always operate the TEM with liquid nitrogen. Before you put liquid nitrogen on the microscope, you should prepare the microscope to receive the liquid nitrogen. Here behind the microscope you will find a box that has some of the tools that you need to put liquid nitrogen on the microscope, such as this little funnel here. This funnel has a little piece of paper inside that acts as a bit of a filter for any dirt that might be inside the liquid nitrogen. In the morning, before you switch the microscope on, you will find the liquid nitrogen tank here with a heater inserted inside. So first of all, you should remove the heater from the liquid nitrogen tank by pulling this white piece here up and then gently removing the heater. Then you pick up the little funnel that you find behind the microscope and insert inside the liquid nitrogen tank. If liquid nitrogen falls on this screen or on the eyepieces, it can break the glass. So you should always protect the screen with this cover. You will find this blue apron next to the door. Put it all over the eyepieces and the screen so that you protect them from any potential liquid nitrogen spillage. The liquid nitrogen dewar stays here in the high pressure freezer room. This is the dewar here. Behind the liquid nitrogen dewar, you will find everything you need to put liquid nitrogen on the microscope. You should wear a lab coat when you're putting liquid nitrogen on, just to make sure you protect your skin. You should always wear goggles as well. And the correct gloves to wear when you're putting liquid nitrogen on the microscope are these ones here that have an elastic around the wrist. You will also need this polystyrene jug to put liquid nitrogen on the microscope. Pour the nitrogen gently into the jug until the jug is half full. You'll have to wait for the nitrogen to settle for a bit so that you can see the level. Do not forget to replace the lid in the dewar. This is very important. Also, cover the jug with the lid. Pour liquid nitrogen into the funnel slowly. The spout of this jug allows you to pour the liquid nitrogen nice and slow. There is no way of telling how full the tank is, but the tank takes about half a jug. So if you pour the nitrogen slowly, you will see only a small amount of spillage when the tank is actually full. It's not good for the microscope if there's a lot of spillage of liquid nitrogen around the tank. The tank is now full. You can then remove the funnel and place it in the box behind the microscope, and then replace the lid in the liquid nitrogen container. Pour any liquid nitrogen that's left over back into the dewar, and don't forget to replace the lid in the dewar. After about 5 minutes of you putting liquid nitrogen in the tank, the nitrogen will have settled. You can then pick up this falcon tube that is in the box behind the microscope, in the liquid nitrogen box, and place it on top of the tank spout. That will prevent too much condensation around the area that will then make it hard for you to put the heater into the tank at the end of the day. Always top up the liquid nitrogen tank after 2 or 3 hours of use, unless you are the last user on that day, in which case you'll be doing the heating cycle at the end of the day.